Well, it is time, finally. Mos Def, also known as Yasin Bey, and his album from 1999, Bald on both, Bob on both, Black on both sides. There's been a lot of album variants tossed around this morning. I posted on Twitter the album cover, as I tend to do every Friday before I start recording. And this cover, Discord was kind enough to make a Photoshop version, so it's my face on the cover instead of Yasin Bey. And much hilarity has ensued following such tweet. 1999, Yasin Bey. I guess I'm going to refer to him as Yasin Bey. That's his name now. He used to go by Mos Def. I don't know if Mos Def is like offensive to him now. I have no idea. So I'm just going to call him Yasin Bey, I guess. Might as well, right? Why not? Obviously really enjoyed the Black Star album. I have really enjoyed his features with The Roots. Which track was that? I was listening to it this morning. I already forgot the name. I have a hard time remembering the track names. There's a lot of music going through my head these days. But what's cool, 99, kind of the end of that era. Really enjoyed Things Fall Apart by The Roots and that whole, bringing hip hop back to the beginning and stuff. And so I'm just interested to see, excited to hear what Yasin Bey has to do in this album. I didn't really do any palette cleansing. I've noticed lately that I kind of don't need to as much. I think because I've been listening to so much new music and it's become normal for me, I can just kind of drop in. So like this morning, I was listening to a lot of metal, listening to some Gojira and some fucking Tool. What was the other one? Oh, I listened to a little bit of Ministry. Get my loud stuff out of the way. And then what else did I put on? I played a little bit of Roots, a little bit of De La Soul, a little bit of Black Star, just a couple tracks off of that album, Respiration. I remember listening to 100% Dundee off of Roots. Just all over the place this morning, man. My listening history is just bing, 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 bing. Anyway, this album is an hour and 11 minutes, 17 tracks long, so it's a little bit on the longer side. I don't have much to say in terms of opening thoughts, so let's just drop in. Track 1 is called Fear Not of Man and produced by Yasin Bey, so it's him all the way through, which is pretty cool. First time listening to this album. Finally, it's been recommended so long, so highly regarded. So I'm excited. I know this guy's a great writer, great rapper. So I'm very interested to see what he's got to say. And that's it. Let's drop in. Let's hear it. Go. Track 1 is Fear Not of Man. Trippy. Like, trippy.
That was from Brooklyn. We get it every time. You got me on? Oh. Shout out to all of my crew. East, West, North, South. On the continent, Europe. All abroad, internationals. Bring it in. Come on. It's a lot of things going on, y'all. 21st century is coming.
Cool little bass line, drop it in there.
A lot of things have changed. A lot of things have not. Mainly us. But we gonna get it together, right? Everybody, we are hip-hop. So hip-hop is going where we going. So the next time you ask yourself where hip-hop is going, ask yourself, where am I going? How am I doing?
Yeah.
And you get a clear idea. So if hip-hop is about the people, and the hip-hop won't get better until the people get better, then how do people get better? You got a lot of societies and governments trying to be God, wishing that they were God.
Yeah.
They want to create satellites and cameras everywhere, make you think they got the all-seeing eye.
I'm just going to pause because about halfway through I forgot I'm supposed to talk. I did also. I just remembered. Dean, I totally did not read what you sent. So on Discord, people sent me messages and stuff, and Dean sent me like this 5 message right. I haven't read it. I totally forgot. I left I took my son to school. I came back. I set up all my shit, and now we're here. And yeah, I didn't read a single goddamn word you wrote. I apologize. I apologize. I like this. Now, this is cool just because, I don't believe in God, and I suppose the traditional sense of what most people believe with God in terms of a external entity that created this. My view of God is that existence is God, and like a blood cell is part of you, and the mythical hair follicle is part of you, so are we part of God because we are part of existence, and existence itself is God. So that's my view. But I like what he's talking about. They're not valuable because they got a whole lot of money or because somebody thinks they're sexy. They're valuable because they've been created by God. And I like that because the way I look at that is it's a way of identifying self-worth, finding worth in the self. And from my point of view, it's basically finding worth in existence, being present, part of existence. Now, the hitch on that, of course, is if your life is shit and your existence is shit, it's hard to find value in that. And so the conundrum still exists. And I think it still exists even in the way Yassine Bey presents it here in terms of, if you're not doing well and things aren't getting better, how do you get better? Well, you just realize that you're created by God and that gives you worth. I mean, that's nice. That's okay. But that doesn't have like a tangible effect on the immediate environment around you and in your life. That doesn't mean, now I can afford food, or, now my kids can go to a good school. Like, it doesn't change anything, right? But it's that seed. So that's why it's important. And that's why I wanted to talk about it. It's the seed, the idea, self-worth. Because if a person can't find value in themselves, if essentially they can't get to a point where they love themselves, then the rest of it's just a wash. It doesn't matter if you've got a lot of money, if you've got nothing, it just doesn't matter. If you can't love yourself or appreciate yourself, you can't build anything on top of that. That has to be the foundation. So all that to say, I agree with what he's saying. I like what he's saying. I come at it from a different angle, but yeah, this is kind of neat. I just like the idea that we are hip hop. The people is hip hop. It's not some giant living up on the mountain that comes down. Like, no. Hip hop is the people. And so the question of where you think it's going and this and that, and the answer be, I don't know, where are you going? It's a great fucking answer. It's absolutely true. Absolutely true. And then governments wanting to be God, societies wanting to be God, corporate media wanting to be God in terms of what you believe and don't believe, corporations wanting to be God in terms of who you serve because buy our stuff, there's a lot of that. This is very interesting. All right, let's keep rolling.
This is what I think in my mind, and this is what I say to them, and this is what I'm saying to you. Check it. All over the world, hearts pound with the rhythm. Fear not of men because men must die. Mind over matter and soul before flesh. Angels hold the pen, keep a record in time, which is passing in, running like a caravan trader. The world is overrun with the wealthy and the wicked, but God is sufficient as disposer of affairs. Gunmen and stockholders try to merit my fear. As gunmen and stockholders try to merit your fear, but God is sufficient over plans he prepared. Most death in the flesh, where you at right here on this place called Earth, on a downward square. About to represent in your whole atmosphere. About to represent in your whole atmosphere.
It's cool. Very cool.
That was for you.
Cool. That gets a heart. Even though, it's just kind of an intro. But what's neat is he did the production on it too. And what's really neat is I was thinking about as he was going through that chorus, everything he set up to that, it kind of feels like, I was going to say, his love letter to hip hop. That's not quite right. I think really what I want to say is this is Mos Def saying, because hip hop is the people and I'm part of the people and I can create music, here's the direction I'm going to take hip hop. And so it's almost like a love letter, but essentially this track is him answering the question, where do you think hip hop's going to go? Well, this is where I'm taking it. So here's my answer to that question. Fear not of men, because men must die. Mind over matter and soul before flesh. Angels hold a pen, keep a record in time. That's the next line, which is passing and running like a caravan trader. That was an interesting line to me right there. The world is overrun with the wealthy and the wicked. God is sufficient, disposing of affairs. This I have a hard time with. God is sufficient in disposing of affairs because, my view, there is no external God that's hovering around and watching and giving people the justice they deserve. It just is. It just is. And the reason why I have a problem with that idea, this idea of this external watcher punishing those who are wicked and stuff like that, is because I feel like that concept is used to keep people from essentially rising up in a sense or pushing back. It definitely creates a hands-off approach of God is in control and I don't need to do anything and in the end it will all. As a person who does not have that view, it's a little harder to agree with. But there you go. Cool track. Fear not of man gets a heart. We're one for one. Track 2 is called Hip Hop. It's produced by Diamond D and Yasin Bey. Let's jump in. Track 2, Hip Hop.
You say 1 for the trouble, 2 for the time. Come on, y'all, let's rock this. You say 1 for the trouble, 2 for the time. Come on. Speech is my hammer, bang the world into shape, now let it fall. Huh. My restlessness is my nemesis. It's hard to really chill and sit still. Committed to page, I write around. Sometimes won't finish for days. Scrutinize my literature from the large to the miniature. I mathematically add. Minister, subtract the wax selector. Will it back, I'm feeling that. From the core to the perimeter.
Nice back. Nice rewind sound there.
Stay fluid even in staccato. Most deaf, but caught a rash on my lips. So now I check just like this. Long range from the baseline. Swish. Move like an apparition. Low to the ground with ammunition. Move from the gate, voice cued on your tape, putting food on your plate. Many crews can relate. When your product gets stopped, the fair weather friends flock. When your chart position dropped, then the phone calls. Chill for a minute, let's see who
well
else
done.
Snatch your spot. Don't gas yourself out. The industry just a better built cell block.
Great production. I mean, I'm very excited about this album because this is essentially what I'm expecting the whole way through. Just something like this. And it's over an hour of it, so that's going to be great. However, it's going to be tough with the lyrics because I'm going to feel inclined to just tear into every single line, but I don't want to be here for 3.5 hours. So I'll try and balance a little bit because I know you guys enjoy my talking about it, and that's the whole point. But at the same time, if I go through every single line, I'll be exhausted. There's a couple lines in. I love this opener. Speech is my hammer, bang the world into shape. Now let it fall. I like that. I like that a lot, especially coming off of the opener, right? Of we are hip hop. We're gonna drive hip hop where we want it to go. And so now he's gonna use his hammer to bang out the shape of the world. Pretty fucking cool. I write a rhyme, sometimes won't finish for days. Scrutinize my literature from the large to the miniature. I mathematically administer, subtract the whack. I mean, I have to believe that's true, right? Otherwise he wouldn't say it. But spending days on lines, which is wild because last week I did Lil Wayne and that fucker doesn't write. So just huge contrast in style, right? It's incredible. But again, kind of like I was saying with Lil Wayne, and it felt like I was just seeing his brain ping around from wordplay. This feels written. Definitely feels written. Let's see, there's another couple of lines here. Native son, speaking in the native tongue. I got my eyes on tomorrow. There it is, while you're still trying to find where it is. On the avenue where it lives and dies, violently but silently, shines so vibrantly that eyes squint to catch a glimpse. I like that. It's so bright, you got to squint to look at it. Used to speak the king's English, got a rash on my lips. So what's the annotation here? Another collision of opposites, king's English and black patoy. Most professes, most professes fluency in both. A nice metaphor for a style of intellectual hip hop and language games to street culture. Okay. 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 All right. Went from picking cotton to chain gang, line chopping to bebopping to hip hop and blues. Blues people got the blue chip stock option. Invisible Man got the whole world watching. Who's the Invisible Man? Blues people's seminal work of musical criticism by the black militant poet Leroy Jones. Okay, an Invisible Man refers to Ralph Emerson's novel, which I've read that. The paradox is that blacks, in hip-hop at least, this is what the annotation is saying, are no longer invisible. That is ignored by white America. Okay. Okay. All right, sure. All right, I suppose. There was one other line. Here we go. When your product in stock, the fair weather friends flock, of course. When your chart position drops and the phone calls, and he doesn't say stop. He lets stop just be the silence, which is, I love that. That was brilliant. That was brilliant. Chill for a minute. Let's see who else hot. Snatch your shelf spot. The industry's just a better built cell block. I like that. I like that quite a bit. Imagine that. Me, the music industry hating individual, happy when somebody slanders the industry. All right, let's keep rolling. It's about a minute left. Cool beat, man. Cool beat.
Stimulant and sedative, original, repetitive, violently competitive, a school unaccredited.
A school unaccredited.
Broken with on time and inappropriate hip hop went from selling crack to smoking it. Medicine for loneliness, remind me of the loneliest and dizzy. Boppers the B-boys getting busy. The wartime snapshot. The working man's jackpot, a $2 snack box so beneath the crack spot. Olympic sponsor of the Black Glock. Gold medalist in the back shot. From the sovereign state of the have-nots, where farmers have trouble with cash crops. It's all city like phase 2. And I will simply amaze you, praise you, pay you, do whatever you say do. But black it can't save you.
Oh, wow. Incredible ending right there. Incredible ending right there. This verse, too, is fucking phenomenal. Hip-hop is prosecution evidence. Of course, right? Rap snitches. Telling all their business. Oh, God. And I have seen the video of Yasin Bey just fucking geeking out over that track by MF Doom. Just out in the street at night, like they're talking or whatever, and he's just going nuts over it. Great song. An out-of-court settlement, add space for liquor, sick without benefits. I like that because it's sick, right? But there's no benefit to it. Luxury tenants, choking the skyline. It's low life getting treetop high. I gotta be a play on words for marijuana. It is a backwater remedy, bitter and tender memory, a classy felony, facing the death penalty. Stimulant and sedative, original, repetitive, violently competitive, a school unaccredited. Love that line. A school unaccredited. That's a great description for hip hop. The break beats you get broken with on time and inappropriate. Hip hop went from selling crack to smoking it. This is fucking phenomenal. The wartime snapshot. That's another incredible description. The working man's jackpot. Fucking A. This verse is fire. This is fucking fire. Right here. Holy shit. A $2 snack box sold beneath the crack pot. Olympics boxer with the black Glock. I don't understand this reference at all. Hip hop has already been called Olympic sponsor of the black Glock. The best interpretation of the lines that follows. Gold medalist in the backshot would mean in this context that hip hop is a past master at cannibalizing its own through both literal violence and industry backstabbing. Backshot would be read as the equivalent of a gunshot in the back. Some have suggested that backshot here is reference to doggy style sex. The context makes this seem less likely. Okay. So there's no reference, there's no explanation to what the Olympic sponsor of the black Glock actually is. They just say that that's okay. Okay. From the sovereign state and the have-nots where farmers have trouble with cash crops. I don't know if I agree with that fucking What's my term? Olympic sponsor of the Black Glock. I guess that does make sense in terms of like gun violence. If you just think about gun violence in general and its existence within hip hop, gold medalist in the back shot. Well, maybe that. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. I think I'm on board with that annotation now. Okay. But that last line, do whatever you say. Hip hop will simply amaze you, praise you, pay you, do whatever you say do. But black, it can't save you. And that's interesting in the context of the album, Black on Both Sides. All right, let's keep rolling. That was great. That verse was fucking amazing. So hip hop gets a heart. Track 3 is called Love. It's produced by 88 Keys. Let's drop in Love.
They say that goodness in life belongs to those who believe. So I believe. Yes, I start to think, and then I sink into the paper like I was ink when I'm
nice.
Writing, I'm trapped in between the lines. I escape when I finish the rhyme, and I start to think, and then I sink.
That's a cool chorus. I like that chorus.
I was ink when I'm writing, I'm trapped in between the lines. I escape when I finish. My pop said he was in love when he made me. Thought about it for a second, wasn't hard to see. I could hear he was sincere, was a game of promotion. The entire affair's probably charged with emotion. When love call your heart, I guess you got to pursue. 12, 11, 7, 3, my life is testament. Praise the beneficent. We live the now for the promise of the infinite. We live the now for the promise of the infinite. And we believe in the promise. Love, 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 love.
Huh.
Love, love, yes, yes, sure. And we don't stop because
Huh. There's some great lines in here. Again, of course. What's this Rap Attack? It's got to be some sort of radio show, right? Rap Attack was a 1980s New York radio show hosted by DAs John, Mr. Magic, and Marlon Williams. Debuted in 81. It was the first exclusive rap radio show to be aired on a major station. This was before hip-hop would rise to such tremendous heights. Radio show started two decades before Black on Both Sides was released. Huh. Similar to many love songs, Yasin Bey reminisces on his first time he met his love, hip-hop. Yeah. Okay, that's kind of cool. I like the idea of listening to this radio show and holding the radio close, Like I can imagine it just being a smaller, small radio, and he's got to hold it close to be able to hear what the hell's being said. Maybe his reception isn't very good. That's something, God, you forget about shit like that. Reception. Like we think about bars, right? Like, oh, I don't have that much, like, I can't, the data transmit. But before it was just reception. Like it's all staticky and shit. You got to move the damn antenna around. And you have somebody like, hold on, oh, don't move. Oh, you. Those were the days. Holy shit. This is a cool song. Just kind of talking about coming up and finding hip hop. Power from the streetlight made the place dark. I know if you understand what I'm talking about. As KRS-One alluded to on South Bronx at hip-hop's earliest block parties, DJs tapped electricity from streetlights in order to play their music. But what does that have to do with making the place dark? Interesting. It was the love for the thing that made me want to stay out. So he loves hip-hop so much that he wants to go out, right? And go to these block parties or whatever. And it was also the love that made him want to stay in because he wants to listen to the radio. Spending time writing rhymes, trying to find the words that describe the vibe that's inside the space when you close your eyes and you screw your face. I love it. Is this the pain of too much tenderness? Too much tenderness to make me nod my head in reverence. Fuck yeah, man. Hell yeah. That's cool. Let's keep rolling. This is bitchin'. Great chorus, too. This chorus is fucking fantastic. When I finish the rhyme, I got love, L-O-V-E-N-I-B. Love, L-O-V-E to MC. Get love, L-O-V-E-N-I-B. Love, L-O-V-E-I-M-C. This might sound weird, but listening to this song, it's kind of personal. It's not like it's super personal, but there's something about this song where it just sounds like something that you would put on in your room by yourself. this isn't like a party song or it just, but there's something about it. And maybe it's just the content of the lyrics, what he's talking about. But I just feel like this is the kind of song you put on when no one's around. A little bit more intimate for some reason. Even though it doesn't really have the feel. I don't know. There's just something about this where I go, yeah, you wouldn't necessarily put this on a playlist for a party. But like your own personal favorite songs, you'd put it on there, so it comes on like, oh yeah, love. This is fucking cool, man.
I take the love they made me with to make rhymes and beats. Can you feel? The raw deal is all wheel driven. Right. Contemplate the essence of beats, rhymes, and living speech align with the rhythm. Right. Design with the rhythm. Ears and eyes keeping good time with the rhythm. I shine with the rhythm. The Black Star Galacticus, your big number flating. We ancient like the abacus. After us, I see must proceed to be trees, sprouting leaves, giving breeze to the we who believe. I am C, which means I must cultivate the herb straight, back straight, back beats and hard work. I beat the funky drum of the soft and the hard earth. Amen. Pray Allah keep my soul and heart clean. Get love, L-O-V-E and I-P. Love, L-O-V-E to M-C. Get love, L-O-V-E and I-P. The M-O-S-D-E-F and then
Oh, it just fucking rolled right into that one, didn't it? That was cool. I like the chorus too. The chorus is so well written, just very straightforward, but just cool little wordplay. I start to think and then I sink into the paper like I was ink. When I'm writing, I'm trapped between the lines. I escape when I finish the rhyme. And that's so cool because on the previous track, I think it was the previous song, talking about how, when he's writing lyrics, it'll take him days to finish it. So it's kind of a neat little insight to his mind and his writing process and how he'll just get pulled into a thing. And basically he can't stop working on it, even if it takes days, until he gets the rhyme finished. So he kind of suffers a bit while he's writing, it sounds like. That was cool. I like Love. It doesn't have a lot of listens, but, well, actually, no, it does. It's solid. Looks like it's relative to the rest of the album. But it does just have that, like, a little bit more of a sacred sound to it, a personal sound to it. Just, I wish I could describe that better. But, there's some songs where everybody's into them or whatever, but then there's others that's like, nah, I understand not everybody loves this song, but I really like this song, and it's going to be in my playlist. And I don't know, there's just something about it where I feel like that's a song I would put on just for myself, not for anybody else, just for myself. Yeah, that's cool. All right, track 4, which we accidentally started because the transition just hopped right into it, is called Miss Fat Booty, also known as Apple Bottom, perhaps. Produced by Ayatollah. Let me back it up a couple seconds because I missed the intro. Here we go. Track 4 is Miss Fat Booty. God, I feel like I've heard this before. What sample is this? Aretha Franklin. Oh, maybe I have heard this before then.
Let me tell you about it. Yo, and she came with the same type game, the type of girl giving out the fake cell phone, the name Big Fame. She like catching big things, jewel ship, money clip, phone flip, the 6 range. Has seen her on the ass, spotted her more than once. Ass so fat that you can see her from the front. She spot me like paparazzi. Shot me a glance and that Catwoman stance with the fat booty pants. Hot damn, what's your name, love? What you came
this is
from?
A great production.
Very little makeup. I'm type polite, but now I'm looking at her skeptically. Cause baby girl got all the right weaponry. Designer fabric, shoes and accessories. Chinky eyes, sweet voices. Want me mentally. Be conversated, made her laugh. Yeah, you know me, bro. Even though I know the stilo, she wild sweet, yo. I'm about to murk, I say peace to the family. She hop up like, how you gonna leave before you dance with me? Dance with me. She blew my whole head.
God, it's so good.
I played it low though. Like,
this is insanely good.
Let's go. This is mad. This is so sick. I'm telling you,
I don't even want to pause to talk about it. I don't fucking want to stop this song at all. Let's just keep going. I'm not even going to stop. This is too good.
Yo, she look like Jane Kennedy, word walk. To my mama, man. She was that L, man. She take me to the dance floor and she start whispering to me. Yo, let me apologize for the other night. I know it wasn't right, but baby, you know what it's like. Some brothers don't be coming right. I understand, I'm feeling you. Besides, can I have a dance? Ain't really that original. We laughed about it, trace the arms across my shoulder blades. They playing lovers rock, I got the fold the fingers on the waist. He in my butt up like the Arizona summer song. Finished and she whisper, honey, let's exchange numbers. Scene 3. We sit dating late night conversation in the crib, heart racing, trying to be cool and patient. Next week, who hit me up? I saw Sharice at the kitty club with some banging ass Asian playing Lay It Down and Lick Me Up. What?
And then it just ends. Yo, honestly, it's very surprising how it just stops and then transition, you know. But that's a great way to capture the surprise that Mos Def is expressing here. Oh my God. That was great. Oh God, that sample use was so goddamn good. Oh my God. Oh my God. That was really, 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 really good. Great song. Great song. Next week, I saw Sharice at the Kitty Club with some banging ass Asian playing Lay It Down and Lick Me Up. What? Oh, man. This is cool. You know, there's not, let's see. There was one part I just stopped paying attention entirely because I was completely absorbed by the sample being played in the track because it's working so well. And it's pretty straightforward. I mean, there's not a whole lot to tear into. Right. I mean, he meets this girl. She's just, I loved fucking ass so fat that you could see it from the front. Where's the annotation? Genius. Where's the annotation to explain to me what that means? Oh my God. Oh my God. She came in with the same type of game. The type of girl giving out the fake cell phone and name. Big fame. She likes cats with big things. I asked her to dance. She's like, yo, I'm leaving now. Oh, God. Wow. That was fucking cool. That was a great song. Great song. All right, well, we're 4 for 4 so far on Black on Both Sides. This is great. It's a great run. Track 5 is called Speed Law. It's produced by 88 Keys. Let's jump in. This is fun. This is really cool. I think actually it started, didn't it? It started. All right.
Relax. Pump the brakes. Speed the money. Watch it. Smash the whole shit up. Sure. Clear like a megaphone, pretty nigga heart, skip the metronome, rock the Trump Tower to the Terror Dome, full house, the Pleasure Dome, soprano, alto, tenor, the baritone, one of the illest that you ever know. Rock steady, baby, you a stepping stone, smash your foundation in the pebbles. My words leave your nerves unsettled. You take it to the next level.
I like how it gets muted right there.
That's like you can't even get a pound. Worldwide from the river to lakeside, my stage show stay live. Make the sound man stage dive. I cut fat
Make the sound man stage dive.
I'm over, I'm done with all 9. Got you shook like a fault line. Come on, shine and get tarnished.
Make the proud-hearted leave on the huddle. So this whole section was cool, right? They form a huddle, whisper like they want trouble. I melt the ice grills into rainwater puddles. So that's got to be like the diamond grills, right? Make the proud-hearted leave on the humble. Black steel in the hour. And that's a reference to a song I've heard, and I can't remember it off the top of my head. Because I remember going, oh shit, Sepultura did a cover for this. Black steel in the hour. Ah, shit. Public Enemy. Hour of Chaos. God damn it. God damn it. It's hard. It's hard remembering all these songs sometimes. It's very hard. Black Steel and Hour of Chaos. And what's kind of a bummer, I just listened to Public Enemy not too long ago. When De La Soul came out with their streaming stuff finally, I went back and listened to Public Enemy, and I went back and listened to Low End Theory by Tribe. Black Steel and the Hour of Chaos. That's a good song. Very good song. All right, let's keep rolling.
Feel it. You could taste it through the speakers. The 360 original sketch lyrics so visual. They rip my rhyme book, sit your nearest home video. Tell them cats they need to sit back and observe where they at. Brooklyn, Vietnam, the heat is on. Put your joint on cruise. Try to rush and scuff your brake shoes. Just cool and relax. Take a breath, take 10 paces back. A permanent like tattoos and birthmarks, 3rd-degree burn marks. Driving on tracks like Dale Earnhardt. Stay on the low like the Earth spot. Put a big loss on your earn chart. Nice since the nurse sign my birth chart. Seldom seen but often heard. While your jams is barely heard. Just my
So I'm way out of whack right now. What I'm noticing on this one specifically, what's interesting is Yasin Bey, he doesn't sound like he's going that fast. Like he's not, cracking off these lines. Like, he's going at a fairly moderate pace, but there's a lot. And it's misleading. And so I'm sitting here and I'm listening and I'm enjoying it and this and that. And I kind of feel like I'm not saying too much, but I'm starting to realize, wait, like there's analysis that's like stacking up in my brain right now. So I'm pausing in the middle of the second verse, which is party foul in my opinion. Because it even started with the intro. You're speeding, slow down. You'll smash your whole shit up. Slow down. Lights be changing fast on these streets. And I feel like it's got to be kind of like a metaphor on just rap in general, I suppose. And maybe just the game that people have to play in order to make it. But it's interesting how he's going slower. But it's still a shit ton coming out. Most Def, one of the illest that you've ever known. Rocksteady baby, you a stepping stone. Smash your foundation into pebbles. Great little section right there. My words leave your nerves unsettled. You take it to the next level down. Looking like a circus clown. Cats like you can't even get a pound. Oh, that's a great line too. Yeah, so there's all kinds of shit I'm missing. And it's the delivery. It's very misleading because the delivery, his style, he's not going that fast. He's not really like pounding emphasis. He's just kind of like, just kind of slipping it all out there. And holy shit, he's making it just really, really easy. But there's a lot going on. Worldwide, from river to lakeside, my stage show stay live. I love this. Make the sound man stage dive. I cut fat cats to 8 lives with my 8-ball lines. I'm home for I'm done with all 9. Come all shine and get tarnished. Brooklyn got your payroll garnished. 4-minute Black Steel in the Hour. Chaos, of course, which we talked about. You need to speak louder, superheroes. Get your power, your mask and cape snatched. Brooklyn, take what you can't take back. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. I know a lot of cats hate that. All I can say, black. There's a city full of walls you can post complaints at. All the doubters and believers adjust your roof's ears. I feel that you can taste it through your speakers. Tell them cats they need to sit back and observe where they're at. Fuck, man. This is crazy good. Crazy good. But it's so misleading. It rolls out in such a simple sounding way. The production's really clean and simple. I do like too how the guitars are nice and clear and then they roll back and they're muted and then they kind of come back in and they're clear. Pretty neat. I guess I'll just let it run all the way through. Fuck, man. He says a lot.
I give a goddamn what your name is. Delete it and make it so it never get repeated. Believe it. Tell the feds, tell your girl, tell your mother. Conference call you whack through and tell each other that they just ain't holding me. I'm most deaf, you hopefully mush on for you get bust on like an overall. Tell them cats they need to ease back and observe where they at.
Wow, this is fucking amazing.
Join on cruise in a rush and scuff your brake shoes. Just cool and relax. Take a breath, take 10 paces back.
So maybe this is what initially when it started with the intro, you're slow down, you're going too fast, you're gonna smash your shit up. I was thinking like people in their lifestyle, like living too fast, like slow down, don't like piss away all your money, that kind of thing. And that was just from a couple of lines, so it was my first impression. But now with the song being slower and chiller, and he's telling all these guys are they're sped up like a bunch of clowns, gassed up like clowns. Slow down, you better chill. I like the idea of it isn't all about speed in terms of delivery. Like you can still have very complex, meaningful rhyme structure and good wordplay without having to crank on speed. And there have been some artists I've heard who it sounds like they're just going too fast. Like speed is a skill, sure, and it's an impressive skill if done correctly. But speed alone doesn't account for everything. It's not like a trump card, Like if you write well and you've got good delivery and your voice is smooth and good wordplay and the great fucking production, you can go as slow as you want, honestly, if it works. Going fast doesn't necessarily make it good. That's a complaint I've seen about Eminem, apparently. And I don't know much about his more recent stuff, but I've seen people complain like, oh, he just goes really fast, but he doesn't necessarily say anything. I don't know how true that is. I shouldn't even speak on that, but it's kind of neat. Let's finish this one up. I like this.
Relax. Slow down. Better chill, slow down. Life be changing fast. Slow down. Watch it.
I wonder what the annotation says here.
Put a cool out. Slow down. It ain't like that out here. Slow down.
Cool production too. That little guitar lingering around in the background is fucking.
Stay down. Fuck off the road, money.
Now the annotation is saying Mos Def is relating rappers making stupid moves and screwing up to driving a car or blowing all their money on possessions. Drive slow and be chill. And that was the initial impression I got. And I think there's still some truth to that. But I kind of feel like with the track itself, because he isn't going that fast necessarily, maybe it's, it can mean both. That's something I have learned over my time with hip hop, is it doesn't have to mean one thing. It can mean multiple things. And usually it's better when it means multiple things. I kind of feel like it's a bit of a nod at people just trying to go too fast, Put your joint on cruise, Put your joint on cruise. Slow down. Take a breath. Take 10 paces back. Just cool and relax. Yeah. That was great. We're 5 for 5. This is going really well. Track 6 is called Do It Now. Oh, it's featuring Busta Rhymes. I'd like to do a Busta Rhymes album. I really would. He was one of the few artists I remember back in the 90s when MTV was kind of blowing up with hip-hop, and hip-hop itself was really starting to take off, right? I remember liking Busta Rhymes. He used all those fisheye lenses on the videos, so he'd get up on the lens and it's all distorted and wrapped around his face and shit like that. I'd like to do a Busta Rhymes album. I think that'd be fun. It's produced by Mr. Khalil? No idea. All right, track 6, Do It Now.
Back up, 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 ease up. This goes out
funky.
to all area crew. Yes. To my BK crew, to my
Cool.
big crew, my ally crew, my Shaolin crew. Yes, the first cut should be the deepest, to penetrate beyond the muscle walls in the reach. First you was icing me, and that with the staring at the speakers. Heard the rhyme head high with the staring at your sneakers. You shy now, got a lot of things on your mind now. You don't feel fly now, you hunting the exit sign down. Fuck what you heard, cause I snatched the grapevine down. Don't understand how I ran the line down, rewind now.
We be the most magnetic, so athletic. Leave your peeps on the side so they can watch you and your mans get it. Take the arch rivalry stance up on the podium and get the flavor of the niggas.
Funky sound, man.
Possess shit that got you wondering how we holding them. Things that'll lay you out like a piece of linoleum.
I love Busta's voice too. I like he's kind of just got a little bit of that gravelly sound in his voice. And I always was really impressed with his speed. I felt like he could just fucking tear off sometimes on his verses. I don't know what the fuck this song is about. And that verse with Busta, that synth in the background, that keyboard, I almost felt like, are we dropping into some sort of horror scene or something like that? I don't know. Let's keep rolling, but I'm really off balance right now.
The raw sugar cane, neutral sweet, never equal.
Never equal. This part's a trip.
That's why they with it now, because niggas like me and you, we did it now. Put it to that level so they get it now. We graduated, saturated the game now. Infatuated with the fame now. Let me explain how we doing this. At any time or any place, ready, willing, and able. Let's get the dose of cure the food on the table.
I love this little line. Me and the Mighty Mouse shine like a light post. Live person, shit be straight fucking up the white folks. And that's why they're with it now. Because people like me and you, we did it now. Brought it to that level so they get it now. Oh my God. That's good. That's good shit.
And while we keep it hot, we got the most shine up in this whole shit. Me the most spit and blow the show quick.
Watch out, your pussy sound get fucked.
Trippy. This part's so trippy.
Watch out, give a damn offense and call you hop out. Shut down your game like the NBA lockdown.
Watch out. I'm about to black on niggas like I'm blowing the sax, blowing my gaps on niggas, blowing my raps on niggas. Now let me mash out. We fatter than the biggest ass chicks poking their ass out.
Magnetism.
How you feel?
Feeling great.
What you want?
Go on, do it. That what's up with you?
You know my speed.
Chewing D's.
Say it loud.
Black and proud. Ain't no time to hesitate at the gate. Do it now. Bust a bust.
Woo-ha.
How you feel?
Yeah, there's a classic sound from Busta.
You know my Steve.
Chewing D's.
Say it loud.
Black and proud.
Dude, I keep pausing because, you know, I'm trying to talk between tracks, but I love how it just, right into the next one. I'm looking forward to sitting down with this, not like this, and just having it on, because it's just going to tear. And when albums do that, when they just go next song, next song, next, like it's a whole fucking ride. You just get sucked right into it. It's like a vacuum, just foomp, into the album we go, you know? That was cool. That was really cool. It took me a little while to get used to the beat on that one, because it was funky. But I like it. I like it. A little bit more complex. Track 7 is called Got, produced by Ali Shaheed Muhammad. Let's drop in. Track 7, Got.
Some cats really like to, you know.
Yeah, I like that.
And then the jokes go down all at once. They
I like that
Don't
sound.
get mad. Don't 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 get mad. God, this is how you get got. Some girl from Pink House said I like you a lot. God, this is how you get got.
Get, got. That's the only thing that's going through my head right now. It's kind of interesting. But GOT is capitalized. You know, this annotation talking about dealing with all the ways you get got. Yeah, of course. Sure. Drugs, police, women, gambling, robbed, whatever. Sure. But it's interesting to me that it's capitalized. I got to go back and listen to that Death Grips track again. Get, got, walking through the block. Or however it goes. I don't remember the words.
But I get invincible, just ain't sensible. It's 1990 now, and it's certain individuals swear they rollin' hard and get robbed on principle. 5-star general, flashing on your revenue, be taking a ride on the downstate medical like colorful sparks, yellow and blue. A full on attack, it is happening to you. Was nothing you could do but bust back a copper plea. But 5 of them and 1 of you, that equal got to me. Don't get mad, don't get mad, don't get mad, don't get mad, don't get mad.
I remember doing an album reaction a while ago, and it was, I don't remember what the fuck it was talking about, but it was talking about wearing nice stuff and all this other shit. And I remember saying, like, it's weird to me that people would do that, because especially if you're in this poverty-stricken, you know, gang neighborhood where everybody's fucking robbing each other and shit, like, why would you walk around wearing all this shit? And so it's great to listen to this song and hear Yasin Bey be like, yeah, you're dumb. Acting invincible just ain't sensible. There's certain individuals swear they're rolling hard and get robbed on principle. Taking a ride to the downstate medical. Colorful sparks, yellow and blue. A full-on attack, and it's happening to you. This is a great track. Really well written. Really well written. Yeah. High posted when you're far from home. High posted when you're all alone. Let's keep rolling. This is great.
You coming down the wire, spitting fire like a dragon. Cause while the goods glisten, certain eyes take position to observe your tricking and catch that ass slipping like, come on now, what you expect? Got a month's paycheck dangling off your neck. And
no
while
shit.
you crystal sipping, they rubbing up their mittens. With heat and make condition to start the getting. They click start creeping like Sandinista gorillas. You screaming player haters, these niggas is player killers, Mr. Fashion. That style never lasts long. So put them egos to the side and get off them head chips. Put some cats pull out the heater and make you headless.
Fucking A, man. Great.
Don't get mad.
Great.
Don't get mad.
Track 7 gets a heart. God, this is a great song. Not a lot to tear into in terms of lyrics, because that's what's so cool about it. It's something I really like, is it's very well written, but it's very straightforward, easy to understand, right? Some artists, the way they write, I don't know what the fuck they're saying half the time in terms of like the wordplay or the references or whatever, but this is very straightforward. Very straightforward. Really well done. Some jokers got a rough time keeping it concealed. I wonder what it means. It's probably self-esteem. They're fiending to be seen. Yep. Some people just need attention. They just need attention. And that's what's so ironic to me about the whole thing. This idea of I'm a badass and look at me and blah, 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 and this and that. But the whole look at me part. Why? If you're such a badass and you don't give a shit about what anybody thinks, why do you need people to look at you? Why do you need someone to pay attention to what you're doing? That's the opposite of confidence, in my opinion. Confidence means you can just walk through a crowd, not be noticed by anyone, and not give a fuck because you don't care, because you're not worried about what they actually think. That's what that actually means. That's why that Andrew Tate guy is just the biggest clown. I can't believe people think that he exudes confidence, because to me, he's the total opposite. I remember when, before he got arrested, when he got unblocked on Twitter by, what's his name, Elon Musk or whatever, he fucking on Twitter posted this video. It's like 30 or 40 seconds or whatever. And it's him in his boy's shirt, it's all tight. And he's got his fucking jewelry on, and he's flying his private jet, and he's drinking scotch, and he's smoking a cigar. And the caption says, "On my way to San Francisco to thank Elon personally for unbanning me from Twitter," or some shit like that. And it's just a video of him sitting there drinking scotch, smoking cigar in his private plane. And it's like, maybe you could rent a sign that says, "Please pay attention to me," because that's all it is. That's the whole fucking video. Please, I need you to pay attention to me. And the whole part of it being because he got unbanned from Twitter, which is just like the fucking burning toxic pile of garbage on the internet. Like, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. I kept waiting as I watched that video, because just came up. I kept waiting for him to just start sucking his own dick right there. Couldn't fucking believe it. Oh my God. Amazing. That's nice. I was able to squeeze in a shit on Andrew Tate rant. That's fun. Fuck that guy. That guy, I can't believe people look up to him. I can't. All right. Track 8 is called UMI Says. I don't know what UMI stands for. And that's okay. Dean probably told me, but I didn't read anything he sent me because I'm a terrible person. UMI Says, produced by David Kennedy and Yassine Bey. Let's drop in track 8. So far, we're 7 for 7 on hearts. This is a good run. Neat little bass line there already. And I kind of like this little, it's almost like anxiety sound.
I don't wanna write this down. I don't wanna tell you how I feel right now. I don't wanna take no time to write this down. I don't wanna tell you how I feel right now. I ain't no perfect man. I'm trying to do the best that I can with what it is I have.
Cool production.
I ain't no perfect man. I'm trying to do the best that I can with what it is I have. Tomorrow may never appear. You better hold this very moment very close to you right now. Very close to you. Right now. So close to you. Right now. So close to you.
I wonder if, so what I find very interesting about this song, I mean, it's kind of got this ethereal sound, and it's kind of neat because the idea is, tomorrow is not promised. Life is not promised. We don't know what's going to happen, essentially. And so kind of removes you from the flesh, right? And puts you into like more of a spiritual experience because, you don't know what the fuck's going to happen. But that he starts it with, I don't want to write this down. I want to tell you how I feel right now. And earlier he has said how much time he puts into working on his rhymes and how he gets, trapped between the lines until he gets it straightened out. Then he's free. So I wonder if this is a freestyle. Is this a freestyle? Because that's the impression I get. Not so much in the terms of how he's delivering the lyrics, but for him to start that way, I want to tell you how I feel right now. I wonder if he did this without writing it down. That'd be kind of cool if he did. I would like that.
My UMI said,
Oh, Umi means mother in Arabic. Okay.
shine your light for the world to see.
This is
My
cool.
Abi said, shine your light on the world. Shine your light for the world to see.
Another quick pause. Beginning of the album, he's talking about hip hop goes in the direction that we go. How are you going to get better and all this. So I like this. The whole message, shine your light. So he's just, doing that. Shine your light. Try and take things where you want it to go. This is cool. I'll shut up, but this is fucking cool.
Sometimes I get discouraged. I look around and things are so weak. People are so weak. Sometimes I feel like crying.
Great little drum beat too. Great drum beat.
Sometimes I just wanna leave and fly away. Sometimes I don't know what to do with myself. Passion takes over me. Feel like
This is fucking beautiful.
Lose my brain trying to maintain my thing. Hey, 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 hey. Shine your light for the world to see. I want black people to be free.
We'll let it finish up.
To be free. Want my people to be free. To be free. To be free. Want my people to be free. To be free. To be free. I don't want to go right there, baby. That's what I like. Yeah, baby. My people. Black people. My people. Black people. My people. My people.
That was amazing. That was amazing. And I'm a little worked up, not too much. I don't want to fall down that rabbit hole because then I can't talk. But I really needed to hear this because there's been a lot of shit rolling around in my brain just in general. Nothing not like a stress or anything like that. Like nothing. What I'm trying to say is nothing that's caused by the channel. Just life. Just life. And this is such a great song to me on so many levels, but on a personal level especially. Let's see if I can sort it out because there's a lot of layers here. So right now in California, we've been getting all this rain. It's finally starting to chill out, but right now there's a lot of people dealing with flooding. And I was doing something the other day. I was working on this and I've been watching little clips of the news and, people are fucking losing their houses. They're losing their farms. They're losing their livelihood. They're doing this and they're doing that. And I was doing something. I was like, oh man, I'm trying to figure this out, figure that. And I thought, how come I'm not helping? How come I'm not? I'm a person who is doing well. Obviously, I can't go out and save everyone, but I could help. And I thought about it for a while, and I was like, I kind of felt like shit. Here I am, a person who does have the bandwidth to do something, but I'm not really sure what to do. But I could do something, but instead I'm doing nothing. But then I think about, okay, shine your light for the world to see. And sometimes I go back and forth with myself. I am going to make this about me for a little bit, so I hope that's not too weird. With this channel, there's so much stuff that's going on. And I think, am I part of the problem? Am I part of the problem by not focusing on things that are more pressing or maybe more impactful or whatever? But then I did the reaction to Lil Wayne, and I posted my additional thoughts. And the top comment on there, on the additional thoughts video, where this guy said, for somebody who watches a toxic amount of YouTube, now I am going to cry just a little bit. He said, just keep being you. Something about being wholesome. I can't remember the exact quote right now. And it's okay. That's always been a goal. Just be something positive. Be something positive. And so I go back and forth on that because I feel like as a person who has some resources, has some time, has some ability to help people, I should maybe do that. But maybe I am doing that, And then two, you get into, most of us talking about black people. And something that's always bugged me is this, and this is total fucking tangent, right? But hopefully you'll see the connection here. Is it's always bothered me, the term African American, right? African American, African American. No, you're fucking American. You're American. If you're born here, you're American. End of story. End of story in my eyes. And so obviously the perspective that Yasin Bey is coming from is different from mine, but I just want people to be free. That also is true. I want people to be free. And because I view it like we're all in this together. All of us are in this together. And it really fucking kills me, some of these culture wars that are happening right now and this division that is happening right now. And I saw something it was on Twitter yesterday. This girl was just fucking going off, this black girl, because apparently in Mississippi they're trying to pull some shit. And I didn't look into it. I don't know how factual this is. This is total ignorance on my part. This is a 2-minute video that I saw, and that was it. And she's talking about how they're trying to bring back Jim Crow and all that. And she was fucking enraged, rightfully so. And in this video, she's talking about all you fucking gang members out there, all you people who, run drugs and you got guns and this and shit. You better strap the fuck up, because you're the only protection we have now. The cops ain't here to help us anymore. The government's not here to help us anymore. And just thinking about that, right? Thinking about gangs being the protection for black people and how wild that is. And then two, a perspective I have is I feel like with everything that's happening economically in terms of these fucking greedy ass goddamn banks, corporations, governments that just keep squeezing blood from the stone. More. They just want more. They want to pay less. They want to charge us more. Insurance companies want more. Everybody just wants more, right? They're just squeezing us. And so that's a dark cloud, but I'm hoping the silver lining is some of these racist fucks who have a problem with black people for some reason, or anybody who's racist towards anybody. Hopefully, as this monster that has become American capitalism, this fake crony capitalism where it's basically just theft, starts to squeeze the entirety of the lower populace, which is everybody. I don't care what color you are. If you're working your ass off to survive, you're in that vice that's just cranking down and cranking down and cranking down. So the parallel I feel with this is I want my people to be free, which is us, all of us, from that. That's different from what Yasin Bey is talking about. I understand that. But that's why this song is hitting on so many levels for me. Yeah. Good shit. Good shit. And there's even, honestly, there's more. I just can't, I'm trying to detangle it as much as possible while also not just completely fucking falling apart, because this is shit that weighs on my mind. I don't like it. And history repeats itself. And I think fucking there's going to be some history that repeats itself, and it's going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly. And my biggest concern is I feel like we're already over the falls. We can't prevent it. It's in the mail. And now we're just waiting for it, basically. That's where I'm at. That's how I feel. Which kind of ties into what I was saying earlier about, Yasin talking about God and, God. I don't think there's anything saving us from what's coming. That's light and enjoyable, huh? Happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday. Fuck, man. One of the things that I have a hard time with is my brain, and sometimes it just doesn't stop. And then here's a total other fucking tangent, but I've been cutting back on drinking. I need to lose weight. I need to lose a little bit of weight. And honestly, I do drink a little too much. It's nothing, in my opinion, it's nothing that's out of control. It's not like I'm fucking, pounding a 12 pack every night, or I need to, it's just, but what happens is I need something to turn my fucking brain off. That's really what it is. And I can't smoke pot because of my job. I wish I could, because I would, but God, these things, man, they just stir sometimes. UMI Says. All right, let's keep going before I break down. I'm barely keeping my shit together right now. All right, track 9 is called New World Water, produced by Psycho Les. Let's drop in track 9.
There's nothing more refreshing than having a clear, crisp, clean glass of water on a warm summer's day. That cool, refreshing drink. Try it with your friends.
Tripping.
New world water make the tide rise high. Come inland and make your house go by. Fools done upset the old man river. Made him carry slave ships and fed him dead niggas. Now his belly full and he about to flood something. So I'm throwing rope that ain't tied to nothing. Tell your crew use the H2 and wise amounts. It's the new world water and every drop counts. You can laugh and take it as a joke if you wanna, but it don't rain a full week some summers. Push the water table lopside, used to be free, now of course you a fee, cause all tanks fully loaded, they roam across the sea. Man, you gotta cook.
What is this about? New World Water. I'm a little confused, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm gonna let it keep playing and see if I can click into what's going on here. I would like to not click annotations first. I'd like to see if I can devise my own interpretation.
Places where TB is common as TV, cause foreign-based companies go and get greedy. The type of cats who pollute the whole shoreline, have it purified and sell it for $1.25. Now the world is drinking it. Your mom's wife and baby girl is drinking it. Up north and down south is drinking it. You just have to go to your sink for it. The cash register is going to chink for it. Fluorocarbons and monoxide, got the fish looking cockeyed. Used to be free, now of course you a fee, cause it's all about getting that cash money. Said 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 it's all about getting your cash money.
Dollar bills, y'all. Is this just straight up about like capitalism? New World Water featured produced. The song itself is double entendre. The second meaning about politics, vitality in large arenas in society. Strange song. I mean, the outro helps explain it a little bit more. It's all about getting that cash. And on the surface level, it does seem to be about contamination, intentionally ruining the water so that people have to buy the water so that you can make money off of it, while Americans are wasting it on some leisure shit and other nations desperately seeking it. But I feel like there's another meaning here that is just kind of going over my bald head right now. Like, just not quite getting it. Just not quite getting it. So I ain't got time trying to be Big Hank. Fuck a bank. I need a 20-year water tank. Let's click this. Okay. Some of these annotations, man. Here, I'll read this. Here's the line. I'm gonna just so you guys know, because sometimes I hate on the annotations, and I think I have my screen set up, you can't see it. So here's the line. See, I ain't got time trying to be Big Hank. Fuck a bank. I need a 20-year water tank. This is a reference to Big Hank, a member of the Sugar Hill Gang, which is commonly viewed as the first hip hop group to reach mainstream. Okay. I don't have a problem with it referencing Big Hank and explaining who Big Hank is. It doesn't explain the line. It doesn't explain fuck a bank. I need a 20-year water tank. It doesn't have anything to do with the water. Like, it just tells me who Big Hank is. Okay, great. But that doesn't explain the line, It'd be like if the line was up about Big Bird, and then you click the annotation, it says Big Bird's a character on Sesame Street. Great. There's no context. It doesn't add to the context. Anyway, I'm just whining right now. Strange song, New World Water. Because New World Water makes me think of New World Order. And I cannot talk about New World Order without just going off on this probably the most bizarre tangent ever, right? Which would just be me piling a bunch of assumptions on to this song, so I don't want to do that. As fun as it might be for the people who like to make fun of me for ranting all the time about fucking conspiracies and shit, right? Huh. Okay. All right. That one does not get a heart. Not that it's bad, but because I don't get it yet. So leave comments. Help me understand New World Water. UMI Says. God, UMI Says. Fuck, man. Beautiful song. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful song. Let's move on. I want to listen to UMI Says again. I'm going to make a playlist that's Kendrick Lamar's Crown, Run the Jewels Crown, and Mos Def UMI Says. And it's just going to be those 3 songs on repeat. And it'll just be my therapy. I'll go soak in the hot tub and listen to those 3 songs over and over again. I love music. I love music. It's so wonderful. Track 10 is called Rock and Roll, produced by Yasin Bey and Psycho Les. Let's drop in.
Make me wanna holler.
Alert the squad.
My grandmama was raised on a reservation. My great grandmama was from a plantation. They sang songs for inspiration. They sang songs for relaxation. They sang songs to take their minds up off that fucked up situation. I am, yes I am, the descendant of those folks whose backs got broke. Ooh. They just ain't let you know. I said Elvis Presley ain't got no soul. Chuck Berry is rock and roll. You may dig on the Rolling Stones, but they ain't come up with that style on their own. Elvis Presley ain't got no soul. Little Richard is rock and roll. You may dig on the Rolling Stones, but they ain't come up with that shit on their own.
I want to recommend a documentary to anybody who I suppose is watching this video. I don't know where I was going with that. There's a documentary called It Might Get Loud, and it's fucking brilliant. It's Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin, The Edge from U2, and Jack White from White Stripes. And the reason why I mention this is because there's a section where they're talking with Jack White, and they're kind of, he's explaining his, growing infatuation with music and how he's, exploring different things. He's kind of like on his path of discovery in music, and how he just goes straight into the blues. And this song reminds me of that, because that's what Yasin Bey's talking about. The blues, the origin of rock and roll, the blues. It's heavy metal for black people. I am rock and roll, hip hop. This has been a fucking great ride so far, man. I figured it would be deep and pretty intellectual, but there's been a lot more to this than I expected, honestly. This is fucking cool. Just pretty raw, in a sense. Not raw, like aggressive, but just like open, Let's keep rolling. This is great.
Guess that's just the way you go. You steal my clothes and try to say they yo. Yes, they do. Business is so filled with pimps and hoes, trying to take everything that you made it control. There they go. Elvis Presley ain't got no soul. Bo Diddley is rock and roll. You may dig on the Rolling Stones, but they ain't the first place the credit belongs. I ain't trying to dish, but I don't be trying to fuck with Limp Bizkit. I be rocking bad brains and fishbone. I ain't trying to slow your groove, but that ain't the way I'm trying to move. I don't turn on corn and get it on. I be playing Jimi Hendrix to the dawn. That's my words born, sitting up on my front lawn. Kenny G ain't got no soul. John Coltrane is rock and roll. You may dig on the Rolling Stones, but they can never ever rock like Nina Simone.
I almost mentioned Nina Simone earlier, about a minute ago. I almost mentioned her. This is a great fucking song. I want to share my experience with Korn, because he mentions it here. I don't fuck with Limp Bizkit, which Limp Bizkit sucks. They suck. They've got some songs that are enjoyable and fun to listen to, whatever, but I'm not a Limp Bizkit fan. But Korn was fun for me, because I remember one summer I was driving through Fresno, hot as fuck, and the radio, I had the radio on 103.7, the Wild Hair, KRZR. I don't think they even exist anymore. I think the channel is still, the frequency is there, but that's a different channel name or something. And the DJ comes on, and we got this new band called Korn. They're out of Bakersfield, which is about 2 hours south of Fresno. And I thought, oh, well, of course they're called fucking Korn then, because it's either you call yourself Korn, oil, or smog, because those are the only three things that exist in Bakersfield. Driving in my fucking truck, and this song comes on, fucking Blind. And it was incredible. It was incredible. And I understand not everybody's into Korn or whatever, but man, that was kind of, I guess, my own personal experience with hearing a group that was from my area, you know? And that's something that's pretty prominent in hip hop, you know, people representing different areas and stuff like that. But I mean, Bakersfield's an hour south of where I grew up. And so it's just kind of wild to hear this metal band from Bakersfield called Korn on the radio and just crushing it. I mean, they're just fucking killing it. It's a great song. Blind is an incredible song. This is a cool track. This is a really cool track. I'm glad he's mentioning Hendrix. I'm glad he's mentioning Nina Simone. I was kind of waiting for a Prince, but yeah, we'll see. Kind of a strange production, though. I like the song overall. I enjoy the production overall, but there's that sound, that like higher pitched sound that's floating around in the background a little bit. I don't know how I feel about that. I love that he's given some love to the Rolling Stones, too, because Rolling Stones are great. And I'm glad he has not talked any shit on Led Zeppelin. Because they kind of stole some shit. But anyway, let's keep rolling. I guess it's a guitar. I don't know how I feel about it. The guitar in the background, like that. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Ah! There you go, punk. This is fucking cool right here. I'm into this for sure.
Well, that was just wonderful.
Yes, it was. That was just wonderful. Cool. Yeah, I was wondering, looking at the plays, that one doesn't have as many as compared to the rest off the album. I was wondering why. Now we know why. But I'm cool with rock and roll. However, the production, two problems I have with the production. Two, I guess, criticisms, maybe, I suppose, I don't know. On the opening side, that weird guitar kind of floating around the background. I don't know if I'm into that or not. We'll see on additional listens. And then to the back end, the rock side I like, but then they kept like clipping the music out. And it didn't sound like they were playing and then stopping. It sounded like they were playing through and then they just cut the music out, which it just sounds a little awkward in my opinion. Cool track. I like rock and roll. I'll put that one there. A little heart there. Okay, track 11 is called Know That. It's featuring a fellow called Talib Kweli, who was also part of Black Star. So Black Star reunites on Black on Both Sides. Produced by Ayatollah, who did UMI Says, I believe. No. What did... Oh, Ayatollah did Miss Fat Booty. Okay. Be interesting. It was Miss Fat Booty. All right. Track 11 is called Know That. Let's drop in.
I strike the empire back. I strike the empire back. Fuck the empire, high flying like the Millennium Falcon. Yo, I'm trying to make $1 out of what makes sense. Add it up to my daddy, I'll be a rich man. You never know when your fate gon' switch hand. Get today's solid ground out of yesterday's quicksand. I was a young boy. Who dreamt about being a big man on small loose leaf sheets? I sketched the big plan. Gotta handle business properly. Boost up my economy. Store it up and get my mom some waterfront property. Yesterday was not for me, but now one day it's up for me. The streets is watching me. I watch back. That's the policy. From east, west,
south to northern,
to Cadillac,
to California,
from the coldest
to the warmest,
to the borders,
across the waters.
Understand?
Oh, great use of sample right there.
All the seeds, the skit and cream, to end scenes.
Make it happen. Do your thing. Understand?
Oh, that's beautiful. That sample and Know That I Love You, that's fucking perfect. Oh, that's perfect. There's a great line up here. Well, where was it? He's saying a lot. He's saying a lot. My vocal cord, I fear no man because faith is the arrow. My vocal cord travel worldwide to block narrow. I like that. I really like that line. Navigate the treacherous and make it seem effortless. I like that one too. Yeah. Yassine's a great writer. He's a great writer. I really like what he does. And there's something else too. You know, he's got a good voice. I've always enjoyed his voice. There's a quality I haven't been able to quite pin down. You know, he throws some inflection on his voice here and there. He's pretty consistent. But it's weird because I feel like his style, I feel like I would want to complain about it a little bit because he tends to exist in a lane. But there's something about it that works for me. And I haven't been able to nail it down quite. I can't talk today either. I don't know what the hell's going on there. Maybe I'm finally having all of my fucking aneurysms and shit. There's something about it, though. There's something about the way he does it where, like, I feel like on paper, I should go, yeah, I kind of get bored of his rapping style. But I'm not. I'm not bored at all. I really like what he does. And I haven't figured out why. There's a quality, and I just haven't nailed it down yet. On small, loose leaf sheets, I sketched a big plan, got to handle business properly, boost up my economy, store it up, and get my mom some waterfront property. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. It's kind of weird. I mean, it's not, I suppose not that weird that there's a Star Wars reference here, but I guess I never really expected that. I mean, it's 1999. The new Star Wars films had not come out yet. Maybe the first prequel movie had come out in 99. Yeah, I think it had. Because I went into the military in 99 and we went and saw that movie before I left, I think. Anyway, it was right around there. So maybe that's why, maybe Star Wars was coming back into the pop culture scene again. But it's kind of weird to see Star Wars reference on a fucking rap album. Let's keep going. Let's hear Talib Kweli's verse.
MC in the atmosphere, yeah, the soul controller who roam the frontier like a buffalo soldier. I follow the code of honor like a real man gonna.
Great production,
never disrespect
too.
no women cause I love my mama. Intellectual property, I got the title and the deed. I paid for it with the tears and sweat and what I bleed. These imitate the way we walk, the way we talk. You can't spit lyrical walk with no spiritual thought.
Oh, nice.
You come across soft. Back in the days, niggas like that on stage got tossed off. Niggas get crossed off the guest list. It's like you gotta be disrespected and thrown out the exit to get the message. Sometimes the sunshine gets snatched like a necklace when you get too drunk with power and the drive get reckless. Check it. MCs in my face after I slug you, then I hug you. If I got it dead, you know it's only cause I love you. From south to northern,
From the richest
to the poorest,
to the elders,
in they coffins,
living native,
dying for it.
understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that fucking sample right there. That is so good.
Black bottom. Whether you colder than December or hotter than July, it don't stop till we complete this. Keep this fly. It's so much to life when you just stay black, stay black.
I like that ending because, especially with Kweli's verse, man. And singing like canaries to the beast. And anybody who will listen to him clearly, y'all don't hear me though. Even when I'm coming through in stereo, you make a mockery of what I represent properly. Why you starting me? I take shit straight to the artery. Intellectual property, I got the title and the deed. I pay for rent with the tears and sweat and what I bleed. MCs imitate the way we walk, the way we talk. You cats spit lyrical pork with no spiritual thought. Brilliant. Plus your flow a little bit off. You come across soft. Back in the day, Back in the days, people like that on stage got tossed off, need to get crossed off the guest list. It's like you gotta be disrespected and thrown out the exit to get the message. Sometimes your sunshine gets snatched like a necklace when you get too drunk on power and you drive, get reckless. Check it, MCs in my face after I slug you, then I hug you. If I gotta dead you, know it's only cause I love you. And I like that because there's been a lot of different parts in this album where Yasin Bey's talking about, the direction of hip hop and what's neat is he's not been explicitly saying, I'm taking hip hop this way. He's just doing it, right? Do it. Don't say it. Don't tell us you're doing it. Do it. And that's what he's been doing. In here, you kind of get Talib Kweli lashing out at the people who are going in the direction that he doesn't agree with, But then also saying, and know that I love you, my people. We're still, it's all love, still my people, but know that I love you. This is a fucking great album. Jesus. It's just been hearts almost all the way down. I didn't put a heart next to New World Water because I was confused, but I think that'll get cleared up in time. Track 12 is called Climb. It's featuring a person that has a name. I can pronounce this. Vinia Mojica. There we go. I don't know. There we go. That was my guess. I just went with it. Produced by Weldon Irvine, Yasin Bey, DJ Etch, a sketch. All right, track 12, Climb.
People climbed into the night like spacesuits. People stepped into the night like moon boots. Marching like no troops in their suit-colored suits. They were hanging from the night like green leaves, buzzing like queen bees.
Trippy.
People climbed into the night like spacesuits. People stopped inside the night, stopping.
Climbed into the night like spacesuits, like moon boots, marching like moon troops in their soot-colored zoot suits. Climbed into the night like cool wells, shiny bottles in their hands, drinking their new selves. They say it's their true selves. Climbed up in the night like green trees. They were hanging from the night like green leaves, buzzing like queen bees. Where are they going? What's the rush? Everybody in the place was so out of touch. Nighttime is when things get heavy. You feel alone and you want somebody. Loneliness whispers desperate measures. And you're frantic all by yourself. You feel alone, you want somebody. Don't make no fast moves. Climb. There's an annotation for this portion. I haven't read it. I feel like it's about some sort of intoxication to get away from loneliness. Like, I don't know. This is interesting. This is kind of a wild song. There's no more lyrics left. Let's finish it up, see where it goes. There's only 2 minutes left of the song, but there's like 8 more words left. There is a sadness to this, like a loneliness to this. Like a melancholy. And a bit of a blurriness too, like if you're fucked up, you're drunk and it's dark and it's late at night and you're kind of like beyond the ability to function properly. Huh. Fucking no idea. It does feel like just trying to, you know, self-medicate to find a method of escape, but then it doesn't get you out, you know? Like, okay, you're removed from your, I guess, your natural state, and now you're in this other state, but you're still just kind of lost in the darkness. Let's click this annotation because I really don't know what to make of it. So the first annotation is for the people climbed into the night like cool wells, shiny bottles in their hands, drinking their new selves. They say it's their true selves. Proposed suggestion. Oh, there's two. Okay, there's two. So the shiny bottles are shiny objects like jewelry, fancy clothing. Drinking their new selves could mean embracing a shiny and appealing personality. Then they try to convince everybody else that this rich, fancy new person is who they really are. The proposed suggestion is less literally. It could also be a metaphor for how many people put on airs. I don't know what the fuck that means. Airs. Put on airs. The second annotation for people climbed up in the night like green trees. They were hanging from the night like green leaves, buzzing like queen bees. To me, I took this as being high, just getting high. The first line might be a metaphor where trees are buildings where people would climb up, or the green tree could be talking about climb up the most fertile city in the land. This could be people relaxing at home on their green leaves, or a club feeling like they were on top of the world like queen bees. Regardless, everything is green and alive. I don't fuck. Whatever. Climb. I kind of take it like someone trying to climb out of a hole, but trying to climb out of a hole through self-medication, but in doing so, you can't get out of the hole. Like now you're too drunk to get out type of a thing. But even that doesn't even feel right. I don't know what this is about. Trippy, man. Baby don't make no fast moves. Let's see what the annotation is this. Most Def is asking you, the listener, to not do something that could result in hurting ourselves in those moments of deep desperation. And he's so concerned we get the message. He repeats it over and over. Maybe, yeah, sure. There's definitely a feel of loneliness going on in this track. Okay, well, let's move on. I don't know what to make of that one. Strange. Track 13 is called Brooklyn. It is produced by David Kennedy. Geology, which sounds familiar, and you've seen Bay. Geology I've seen before. That name has come up before. All right, track 13, Brooklyn.
Hey, hey. Ha, ha. Say what, say what? Ha, ha. Yo, sometimes I feel like I don't have a partner.
Oh, sometimes I feel like my only friend
is the city I live in.
That's cool.
It's beautiful Brooklyn. Long as I live here.
Together. That's a reference to Red Hot Chili Peppers. Yeah, that's cool. All right, cool. I haven't listened to that song in a long time. Under the Bridge, man, that's a fucking classic right there.
I think about the time past and the time to come. Reminisce of that style when I was bright and young. I used to try and come to the neighborhood function. Throw all my eyes off, say a little something. When I was just a youngin', before the days of thuggin'. I'm eating Charlie Chins and yo, what? I'm only buggin'. I love my city. Sweet and gritty inland to outskirts. Nickname Bucktown cause we've grown to outbursts. Philosophy, be the bond, touch mine, I touch back. Walk the streets like a sweet and get beat like drum tracks. Catch no shakes over jakes. We bust back. Bring the Marty to your face with no place to run back.
Trippy.
Good morning, Vietnam.
That's a reference to the Robin Williams movie. The audio just got really fucking weird. So far I'm not really clicking with this track. I don't know, it's just kind of odd to me. Also, I'm not from Brooklyn, so, you know, no disrespect to Brooklyn, but I've never even been there, so it's hard for me to connect with a song that's about, you know, Brooklyn. There you go. It'd be like me, you know, trying to write a song about Bakersfield and have you guys listen to it, and you just go, okay. What was it? Corn, oil, and smog. That's a lie. Bakersfield also has a lot of heat, just hot as fuck in the summer, so they have that too going for them.
1 year as a resident, deep in sentiment, they shout out, go Brooklyn, they representing it. Sitting on their front stoop, sipping Guinnesses, using native dialect in their sentences. From the tree line blocks to the tenements, to the mom and pop local shop businesses. But travel all around the world at great distances. It ain't a place that I know that bear resemblance. That's why we call it the planet, not a borough or a province. Our style is uncommon, from Sumner to Tompkins to Lafayette Gardens. White Cove, Gowanus, and the Army Jacket Liners. Yo, this goes out to my cats and Coney out Friday night out in front of the Himalaya going wild. Raise it up. Brooklyn, my habitat, the place where it happened at. Loud sway in the sharp balance of the battle axe. Eyez is brandished that
Like I've heard this
hammer
before.
back. It's where you find the news tool crew cameras at. It's where my fam is at, the summertime jam is at. They play big and get you open like a sandal bag. Hotter than candle wax, hustling, you can't relax. The crack babies trying to find where they mamas at. It's
God,
where
I feel like
handle
I've heard
where
this
big
before.
police scandals at. Turning the action screenplay so the Miramax. The type of place where they check your appearance at. And cats who know where all the hot low gear is at.
I love the transition right there. So I'm not really into this song. I like the production. It's very much about, you know, Brooklyn and representing Brooklyn and shout out to them and all that. And obviously, again, no disrespect to Brooklyn, but you know, I'm not from there, so I can't connect to this. However, in this second verse, actually, through most of this is another example of where I was saying Yasin Bey does a good job of, like, he just puts a lot out there and it's misleading because it sounds like it's straightforward and simple. And it sounds like he's not really necessarily doing a lot, but he is. I must proceed at God's speed to perform my deed. Live in the now, space and time, round the 9 to 5. For as long as I'm alive, Pa, I got to strive. Walk the streets like a sweet and get beat like drum tracks. Catch no shakes over jakes. We bust back. Bring the Marty to your face with no place to run back. A lot of references being made here that are over my head. Especially in the second verse. Where the hell was it? Deep consequence. When you seek sleek ornaments, you get caught. Rode the white horse and can't get off. Big dogs that trick off just get sent off. The shoebox stash is all they see's got to live off. So that's like money. He's got all this money stashed in his shoebox, but he's getting sent off to prison. So his kids, that's all that's left is for the kids. It's just the money stashed in the box, I guess. It's real, but still, it's love here. It's felt by anybody that come here. Out-of-towners take the train, plane, and bus here. It must be something that they really want here. 1 year as a resident, deeper sentiment. They shout out, go Brooklyn, they're representing it. So the mom and pop local shop businesses travel all around the world and great distances. Ain't a place that I know that bear resemblance. That's what we call it, the planet. Huh. Cool track. Not really quite my thing, but yeah, that's fine. That was cool. Track 14 is called Habitat, produced by DJ Etch-a-Sketch. So I'm kind of worried about the back half. I feel like we're losing a little bit of steam here. Now, a part of that is because I hit such a high with UMI Says. Rock and Roll was cool, but a little weird. You know, New World Water was kind of like, oh, okay, I don't really understand. Rock and Roll is cool, but it's kind of got that jarring ending. No, that was neat. Climb, I didn't really understand. Brooklyn, just because, you know, it's a little too specific, I suppose. So I'm kind of worried about the back half of this album. Because right now I feel like I'm losing steam just in terms of, well, I shouldn't say me. I feel like the album is losing a little bit of steam. And it is long, so it's hard to maintain that momentum. The first half was so good. So it's hard to keep that momentum going. So we'll see how this wraps up. There's 4 more songs left. Let's drop to the 14. Habitat, DJ Etch-a-Sketch. Here we go.
And I think of home, I think of a place where there's we all got to have a place where someone lives, a residence. The physical structure within which one lives, such as a house, a dwelling place, with your social unit that occupies it, a household, an environment offering security and happiness.
on the block where your old pop played a number at. To the spot with the red top, fiends is huddled at. To the crib where the little kids spend they summer trap with the jungle cats. Lions and tigers, leopards and cheetahs for gazelles. You get chased like a zebra.
We all got to have some place that we come from. This place where we come from is called home. So many places I go. We set out on our travels. We do the best we can. We travel this big.
I like this chorus. I like the chorus.
Yes. And all my people that California. And other people got to live London. And everybody got to live in the whole big world. Together just you and me.
I mean, it's fine. It's fine. But I mean, as of right now, and it's kind of a funny thing, right? The paradox that is created by an artist who can make a really good song, and then you just drop into an album and you're like, wow, all these songs are really good, really good, really good. And then all of a sudden when you hit a song that isn't really good, not that this is terrible, but relative to some of these other tracks that we've heard, you know, like this compared to Miss Fat Booty, right? Like, which would you rather listen to? And of course, I don't want to like harp on that, because you can take that standard and apply it to literally everything, right? And then you're left with what, 5 songs, because those are the best ever. So why would you ever listen to anything else? So I don't want to like push this too hard, but yeah, okay. I mean, we're talking about you got to have a home, and okay. I mean, I think I would have cut this one from the album based off of what I've heard so far. So let's keep going, and we'll see how it wraps up here.
Federal relief slowly melting in the morning. Grits we used to eat. Stick it to your teeth, and teeth is hard to keep with every flavor. Now or later, only a dime a piece. Old timers on the bench playing.
Every flavor of now and later. Wow.
Start the drinking, talking loud, cussing up and showing out. Get the phone, call the cops, pick them up, move them out. And it's all too common to start wildin'. I'm a pirate on the island, seeking treasure on the silence, and it's hard to find.
Said it ain't where you from, no, no, it's where you at.
I really like this line. I'm a pirate on an island seeking treasure known as silent, and it's hard to find. I really like that. But it's also a little strange because the song, I shouldn't say it has reverence to home and all this other stuff. I mean, he's obviously going through and detailing a lot of the issues that exist with where he lives and, you know, where he grew up and all this other stuff. But it does seem to have, I don't know, maybe a little bit of like nostalgic love, you know, just kind of thinking back to the memories. And so it's easier to love it than now because you're not experiencing it now. It's just something that happened back in the day. But that's a great line. I'm a pirate on an island seeking treasure known as silence. So obviously, you know, Treasure Island, pirates, all that other shit. It's good. With every flavor, now and later, only a dime a piece. I remember now and laters. Those are pretty good. Those are pretty good. I started to enjoy the song more the second half. Sometimes it's weird. It's just weird how once you kind of settle in and get used to a song's beat, its production, its style, you can get more comfortable with it. I mean, that's pretty common with any song, right? The first time you hear it, it's a little different, but then the 10th time you go, oh yeah, this is cool. So I did start to settle into it more and enjoy it. But it still feels filler-ish. You know, I think really when it comes to just the lyrical content, it's not like the song is bad, but I feel like he's kind of touched on a decent amount of these topics already in previous tracks. And so this feels like extra, you know. That was something that Tupac did too on the album Me Against the World. I felt like there were some songs where lyrically we're kind of covering the same ground again. Yeah, there you go. Anyway. All right, track 15 is called Mr. Individual, we'll say. It's featuring Q-Tip, produced by D. Prosper and Yasin Bey. Track 15, let's drop in.
Ha 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 ha. Say ho. Everybody say ho. Bop away.
I like the pluck bass, man.
It's
It's cool.
like way back in the day, yo.
And check it out now. Who is the cat eating out on the town to make the whole dining room turn their head round? Mr. Nigga. Nigga. He got the speakers in the trunk with the bass on crunk. The best crib, the best clothes, hottest whips on the road, neck and wrist on froze. Checks with straight all across the globe. Watch got
great.
3 time zones. Keep the digital phone up to his dome, 2 assistants, 2 bank accounts, 2 homes, 1 problem. Even with the O's on his check, the po stop him and show no respect. Now who is the cat dining out on the town? HUD wanna take a whole year to sit him down, Mr. Nigga. Nigga. Got the speakers in the trunk with the bass on crunk.
The maitre d' want to take a whole year to sit him down. I mean, that's wildly like offensive, right? But I mean, that's just fucking hilarious. Like showing up at a restaurant, a nice restaurant where you have to wait to be seated and they won't fucking seat you. Oh my God, man. I mean, I know it's real. I just have such a hard time fucking wrapping my head around it. I really do. The checks with the O's. O's. That shit was great. Let's keep rolling. This is a good track. I'm enjoying this one.
Who is the cat at Armani buying wares with the tourists will be asking them, do you work here, Mr. Nigga?
Oh my God, man.
Yo, the abstract with the mighty most deaf. White folks got a mumble the cross beneath their breath. But they'll say it out loud again when they get with their close associates and friends. You know, sneaking in with their friends at the job, happy hour at the bar while the song is in their car. And even if it's never said and lips stay sealed, their actions reveal how their hearts really feel.
Man.
Like late night, I'm on a first class flight. The only brother in sight, the flight attendant catch fright. London Heathrow, me and my people, they think that illegals are synonym for Negro. Faraway places, customs agents flagrant. They think that dog faces smuggle weight in their cases. Bags inspected, now we arrested. Attention directed to contents of our intestines.
I really like this line. They say they want you successful. They say they want you successful. I was doing something the other day and I was listening to something. What the fuck was it? I don't remember the song. But it was talking about buying this and buying that and buying this and buying that. And I just thought to myself, you know, how ironic. Here's a rap song where they're talking about how they want to buy all this shit. Yet, meanwhile, the people who will criticize rap will talk about how all they want to do is steal. And it's like, motherfuckers, do you listen to the song? Like, these guys are so happy to go out and buy things. They would love to buy things. And it's like, it's so obvious if you just pay any attention to what's being said, but then constantly the counter narrative is they just want to steal shit. Rappers, it's all about fucking their guns and they're going to rob people and steal their cars and steal their chains and just steal. It's like, no, motherfuckers, man. It was kind of a strange experience that I had while the song was playing. I can't remember which one it was. You know, I'm laughing at these lyrics, not because the situation is funny, but because Yasin Bey's done such a great job of, you know, writing it. I fucking can't, I can't imagine getting on a plane, sitting down in my seat that I paid for and having someone, excuse me, just because of who I look like or whatever I look like. And then fucking later, the same person comes up, oh, can I get your autograph? No. You can get my boot on your ass if you want that. I'll kick you as hard as you like. Fucking autograph. One thing I have learned during this journey through hip hop is when I began, I had this hope in mind of hopefully it would help me understand the other people that live in my country, my other fellow Americans, because that's how I view it. We're all in this country together. We're all on the same team. It's the same people that are trying to ruin our lives financially, legally, etc. And I'm not trying to say that white people have it as hard as black people or anything like that. I know there are differences there, but I had this hope that, oh, okay, I'll be able to understand where they're coming from. This other society, essentially. And thinking back on that now, I almost kind of cringe, because as I've gone through these albums and learned about the artists and their lives and their stories, I've realized there's no fucking way I'll ever understand what it is like. And I don't like feel guilt with that. Like, it just sucks that it's a reality. It's a strange reality to accept, both in the sense that the world that I live in is so different from the world other people live in, and that the gap is so wide, I won't understand it. And it's not like I'm a bad person for not being able to. It's just, that's fucking life. Just like I can't understand what it's like to live, in a third world country and not have running water or electricity or something like that. Like, that's just reality. It's just reality. And I also can't understand what it's like to be a fucking multi-millionaire with people who do everything for you, and you go out on your yacht and you fly your private jet. Like, I can't even fucking fathom that, It's just wild how different people's lives are. Good song. Really, really well done. Let's finish this one up.
You can laugh and criticize Michael Jackson if you wanna. Woody Allen molested and married his stepdaughter. Same press kicking dirt on Michael's name. Show Woody and Soon Yi at the playoff game. Hold a hand, sit back and just think about that. Would he get that type of dap if his name was Woody Black? OJ found innocent by jury of his peers, and they been fucking with that nigga for the last 5 years. Count him on the fat waterfront crib, yo.
Nice.
I'ma get a damn pretty bay window. I'ma cop a nice home to abide in. A safe environment for seeds to reside in. A fresh trip for my whole family to ride in. And if I'm still Mr. Nigga, I won't find it surprising.
That was a great track. Really well done. There's this part of me that it's so ridiculous, because I just, there's an active part of my brain that goes, I wish it could change. Like, it's just like this childish ball of hope of I wish. And it's like, that's nice. That's nice that you wish that. Welcome to fucking reality. Hell of a ride, man. Hell of a ride. I enjoyed that song. I'm glad it came in. I'm starting to get some gaps on hearts for tracks, and so that's a good strong showing again. And this has just been, my brain is just kind of all over the place today. I feel a little out of place. I hope this hasn't been a poor quality video. I hope you guys have enjoyed this so far. But yeah, just good shit. Just all over. All right, let's keep going. There's two more. Next track is called Mathematics. It's produced by DJ Premier. DJ Premier. I know that name, but where is it from? And here's where I'm going to fail everybody in real time. Who did he produce for? DJ Premier. New York State of Mind. There we go. Yep, represent. Okay, Illmatic. Sure. That makes sense. That's a -1 for Bob the Pop Pop. All right, track 16, Mathematics. Oh, nice. Nice beefy bass line. Very nice.
This is me, though. Beats by Supremo for all of my people, Negroes and Latinos, and even the gringos. Yo, check it, 1 for Charlie Hustle, 2 for Steady Rock, 3 for the forthcoming live future shot. It's 5 dimensions, 6 senses, 7 firmaments of heaven and hell, 8 million stories to tell, 9 planets faithfully keep an orbit with the probable temp. The universe expands length. The body of my text possess extra strength. Power lifted, powerless, up out of this towering inferno. My aim so hot it burned through the journal. I'm blacker than midnight on Broadway, a myrtle. Full of hard niggas, large niggas, dice tumblers. Young teens in prison greens facing life numbers. Crack mothers, crack babies, and AIDS patients. Young bloods can't spell, but they can rock you a PlayStation. Snoop math is whipping motherfuckers' ass. You wanna know how to rhyme, you better learn how to add. It's mathematics.
Huh.
Mighty most def. It's simple mathematics. Check it out. I'll revolve around science.
What are we talking about here?
Got a little funky with the bass line right there.
Mighty most def. It's simple mathematics. Check it out.
I want to go out. There's a lot of great lines in here, but there's a couple I want to touch on. My ink so hot it burned through the journal. I love that. That's great. Hip hop passed all your tall social hurdles like the nationwide project's prison industrial complex. Working class poor better keep your alarm set. Streets too loud to ever hear freedom ring. Say evacuate your sleep. It's dangerous to dream. Fucking A, man. 69 billion spent on national defense, but folks still live in fear. Yeah. That's another thing that's happening right now. There's these banks that are collapsing and they need $50 billion bailouts, but we can't give people health care. A bank can just fuck off with all their money and go, uh-oh, and here comes the government to help them. But when people need health care, it's too expensive. Sorry, guys. Man. Anyway, my brain is like just fucking George Carlin references and Bill Hicks references and all kinds of shit. Let's keep going. Before I just sit here and stare.
What are we talking about here?
Kind of a cool beat though. I like how they're just fucking around with it.
Two sides to every story, 3 strikes and you bitten for life. Mandatory.
Yeah.
4 MCs murdered in the last 4 years. I ain't trying to be the 5th when the millennium is here. Yo, it's 6 million ways to die. From the 7 deadly thrills, 80-year-olds getting found with 9 mils. It's 10 p.m. where your C's at. What's the deal? They on the hill pumping krills to keep their bellies filled. The system break man, channeling women in the figures. 2 columns for who is and who ain't niggas. Numbers is hard and real and they never have feelings, but you push too hard. Even numbers got limits. Why did one straw break the camel's back? Here's the secret. The million other straws underneath it. It's all mathematics.
Fucking A, man. This is good too.
It's simple mathematics.
This is really fucking good.
I'll revolve around science.
What are we talking about here?
That could have been a fucking Rage Against the Machine song, man. For sure. They could have went totally just heavy with that and just blew it out. That would have been amazing. 4 MCs murdered in the last 4 years. I ain't trying to be the 5th when millennium is here. 6 million ways to die from the 7 deadly thrills. Got to be deadly sins, right? 8-year-olds getting found with 9 mils. I like the 3 strikes and you're bidden for life mandatory. The 3 strikes laws. I think that was a big one in New York. I think California too. I can't really remember. Yeah, that was good shit. I'm just reading the lyrics again. Sitting here quietly, reading the lyrics again, forgetting that I'm recording a video right now. Oh, man. All right, there's one more song. Oh, it's an instrumental. It's called May December. All right, let's close this out. Here we go. Let's listen to this one. Trippy. Like a very spacey bass line right there. I guess this is all xylophone right here. Oh, wow. They're very rich in sound, at least with headphones on. You can hear a lot of different layers. Huh. That's a neat way to end it, honestly. You just kind of sit. You know, you just kind of sit with it for a bit. Huh. That was cool. I don't know. I think it loses a little bit of steam on the back half. That's probably not too wild of a take. It seems like it loses a little bit of steam on the back half. Got was cool. UMI Says is fucking just amazing. Amazing song. Really, really love that song. Really kind of needed to hear that song. That was very special. Climb, I didn't fucking understand at all. Miss Fat Bottom or Fat Booty. Want to hear that one again. Hip hop was cool. Love. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of like, I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm in a weird state right now. Maybe this album, I don't want to say like that it's too intellectual, but maybe it just kind of pinged a lot of things that have been floating around in my brain and kind of stirred everything up, you know? So the things that I sometimes think about, but I try and just let settle, they're all stirred up. So I feel like my brain itself is just kind of cloudy, muddy right now. Lots of shit flying around. But I think, you know, as I look at the album cover right here, the picture of Yasin Bey, I find some comfort in that. You know, every now and then it's easy to wonder, like, am I getting too worked up over shit? Like, just in general, right? I'm sure we all go through life and we have our own things that we are concerned with and that we worry about, even though we know worrying doesn't do anything about it. It doesn't fix anything, but it just exists, right? These thoughts that fly around in our mind. And every now and then it's easy to wonder, like, am I just dumb? Like, you look at the rest of the world, everybody else, they're just doing their thing and living their life, and it seems like everybody's fine, so why am I worried about these things? And then sometimes that makes it more concerning. Like, how come nobody's paying attention to this? How come nobody else seems to be worried about this or whatever? So with that, I find a lot of comfort in this album just because here's a guy who's, you know, worried about things and he's expressing them well and they're occupying his mind, and you know, there's just some likeness there. Obviously a different experience for him. I'm not trying to say that we're exactly the same or we're worried about the same things for the same reasons in the same way, but it's just kind of nice. It's nice. You know, Love. Man, that was a great track. Fat Booty, though. God, that production was so killer. Yeah, I don't know. There's something special about this. And again, there's something special about Yasin Bey. The way, there's just something about his delivery. And I said earlier I was trying to articulate that, and I haven't come to any fancy wording to nail down what I'm feeling. Maybe on Wednesday I'll have something a little bit more thorough to say. But that was cool. That was a very different experience. I kind of expected, you know, Roots, Black Star, something like that. I think I like the fact that he did, you know, that MC. He focused on that hip hop core of being an MC and rhymes and structure, but he's also telling stuff. But he doesn't get so off into the weeds about telling a story that he falls away from the focus of hip hop and MC. Yeah, that's just neat. There's something different about this one. It's just, it's connecting in a different way, which is cool, but it's also surprising. It's surprising. You know, you listen to 100 albums, you think, okay, we've heard it all. You know, we've had the experiences, and now and something else rolls in from 99 and gives you a whole new feeling. This one's just leaving me with something different. It's good. It's a good something, but it is hard to put my finger on. Huh. 2 hours and 40 minutes. Good times.